One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it. The new thing that is on the Upfront Fare screen on Lyft, and that is rider tipping percentage, which is actually kind of a nice little thing. So you can say, hey, this rider tipped on 79% of rides. Whether that's meaningful or not, that's we'll see. But it's a nice little addition to actually be able to know what is a driver expecting if they might tip or not. So maybe on 79% of rides, they give a tip, and you might be looking at getting a tip as well too.
Well, Uber had this, right? They were putting in top tipper claimer or disclaimer, and they got rid of it. Now Lyft took it over to the next level. It's actually telling you the percentage of the rider who has tipped. Let's say the rider has done 100 Lyft trips. They have the data. They go 79 out of 100. That rider has tipped. Now, a lot of people are taking this to the next level saying, oh, acceptance rates are going to go up. No, they're not. What it is, I love this idea. Now, I am not going to go sit there and cherry pick now on top of cherry picking for miles and minutes, cherry pick for tips. Not going to happen, because only, unfortunately, 15 to 20% of all riders, it's less than actually on Uber, about 14%, and Lyft is a little bit higher. They're only tip. Look, if people are going to tip, tippers tip. Tippers are going to tip like this person 79% of the time. The 21% that this person did not tip was probably the car was smelly, the driver was shit. That's why they didn't tip. But 8 out of 10 times this rider is tipping. My hat's off to this rider. And it was a great tip, by the way. Look at that, Chris. $54. I mean, 35. I think this trip was like $16 or $17 tip on this. So my point is, this is fantastic. I think this is great by Lyft. It's a good product, but don't get too hyped about it. And again, my hat's off. I think it's wonderful, because only 10 to 20% of the riders in general tip. And so what are you going to do? You're going to wait until you see this high number and accept that trip, because trust me, 8 out of 10 trips that you get is not even going to have that box. Or what is Lyft going to say? Only 3% of the time this rider tipped, right? What are you going to do? Decline that trip because they don't tip enough? Look,
this rider never tipped.
Yeah, exactly. That rider is going to wait.
You're getting the shit experience then.
Yeah, exactly. So look, this is a great thing. I think it's wonderful, but I don't think it's going to solve any problems. But look, I'm telling you, I got to take my hat off to Lyft. They are doing a lot of driver. Is it making drivers more money? No. Although I'm going to hold David Risher to it, because with the $200 million they're saving on insurance, California insurance, commercial insurance, SB 371 bill, he said, it's public info, he said clearly, he's black and white, he said they're going to pay drivers more. They're going to take those $200 million in savings and pay drivers more. We're going to hold them to it. This, I think, is wonderful. But, I mean, look, it's great. There's nothing no downside, but I wouldn't hype it to the next level. Like, oh.
No, you know what? It's nice to see, because then you get a little bit more insight. It's more information. So it just kind of makes you aware of that. And definitely there's, I would take it with a grain of salt, because whether you're going to get tipped or not, it's kind of like when you get a surge attached to your ride. Like, don't go chasing surge, but if you get the surge attached ride, well, then, it's just a nice little bonus. So it's just the same thing with a tip. But it's just nice to kind of see that, just because it's information. And I'm always, whenever I see like something with information, I always think of the scene in Triple X with Vin Diesel, where he's like, information. I like information.
No, information is good. More information, the better.
Yep.
Lyft has done a lot since the Risher showed up, as far as adding, they show the active hour when you receive the ping. They leave the upfront fare. The most important thing, they leave the upfront fare on the screen all the way through the trip, Chris. That's an amazing thing that they do. I think Trip Finder is better than Uber's Trip Radar. Look, they're doing good things, and that's why more drivers are driving on, on Lyft, and they don't have shortage of drivers, So all I know is there's other things that they could do. Like, this is a good idea, actually. Boston Matt says they're also showing. Oh, really? We'd like to see that one. I didn't know that either. No, they're doing decent things. Yeah.
That I like. That's probably the best, because you get there and you're like, okay, we're ready to go. We're not sitting there waiting 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, that's good.
That timer runs out, man. Cancel.
Yeah.
Moving on.
No, these make a big difference, because look, you want to go in front of someone's house and sit on your ass for 10 minutes or 7 minutes.
But don't forget,
they go and they're ready to go.
This is the same company with the 70-30 split guarantee that likes to change.
We're gonna get to the bottom of that, because it's time that I've seen enough of these things, Chris, that now it's making like, okay, well, that's too much coincidence, too much edge cases going on. So.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.